everybody, this is Lisa Monison, independent Avon sales rep and executive leader of the Avon Team Moneymakers. And I'm coming to you today because I had a video response to one of the last videos that I had done asking me if I could give some Avon reps some tips in regards to doing their taxes this year. Now, I just want to make sure everybody understands, of course, I'm not a tax expert. I don't have a tax anything. I can just give you some basic tips that are available to you at the youravon.com site, tell you where to find them, and give you some tips that I've used over the years that will help you on your taxes. So we'll go ahead and start with online at youravon.com. One of the first things that you can pull up, and this is going to be under your, let's see, we have community tab, and then you go to Avon Advantage, and there you can pull up an H&R Block coupon to get your taxes done. And there's a couple different coupons on here, but for Avon reps you can get a $25 off or even $99 off. And then of course if you file by February 29th, they have a special on the 1040 Easy where you can get it done for free, which is only another couple days. But the other two coupons, it doesn't say that there's really any expiration on those. So again, go to Avon Advantage under your community tab at youravon.com and you can pull up this great coupon. Another place to get some great stuff online at youravon.com. This is 2011 tax records, but it's pretty much the same thing every year. They just didn't update the year. And of course, this is from last year into this year. This is a great little worksheet that they give you. It's right underneath the campaign tools tab, and then it says tax information. If you can't find it there, go to your sitemap and click on the My Account section, and in that section you'll be able to see tax information. That actually is where it's at, not the campaign tools. Campaign tools has some other charts and things, but again, go to My Account tab, and then under that has tax information. You can pull up this great chart which helps you track each campaign, your expenses such as your demos and your brochures and your samples, baskets, tote bags, accounting, your phone, and other supplies on the list. And it's got a couple pages of this from 1 through campaign 26. There's also some frequently asked questions in the back for taxes. For example, most people want to know, how much do I have to make in order to file taxes? And the answer is right here. It basically says, since you're self-employed, you must file a federal tax return and pay self-employment tax if you had net earnings, and this is after your business expenses have been deducted of $400 or more. That means take home from self-employment during the year. And it says you may also file a return for any other reasons. And then there's a note under individual circumstances and so forth. It's asking also if I have to file an income tax return. Does that mean that I have to pay pay income tax on my Avon earnings? It says generally yes, but not necessarily. Even though you may be required to file an income tax return, you will not be required to pay income tax unless your income after all your business deductions reaches the minimum levels. So the table below, for example, gives you some ideas, and the table basically shows gosh, if you're under 65, $9,500, age 65 or over $10,950. If you're married, filing jointly, both under 65, $19,000, over 65, $20,000, and in both people, $21,300. So you want to check this. There's other questions and answers that are going to be very helpful to you in this section. And then I'm going to give you some general tips here that I have pulled up from years of different tips from people that have said this is what you can claim. Of course, your home office is a big deduction, and you can only measure the space that you're using for business. So you want to divide, it says multiply your measurements for your square footage, and then divide that by the total square footage of your home. So only use for that space. This can be used for renters or homeowners. And then also in that space, you can use for electric and heating and cooling, any other home maintenance, cable repairs, your cable maintenance, and so on and so forth. So those are all deductions. Also your phone, your landline, your first landline is not claimable. However, any long distance charges that are business related on that line are deductible. And if you have a cell phone, you can deduct up to the percentage that you use that for business. Large purchases can be handled two ways. It says that you can 179 it, which means writing it off all at once. This is great if you have a lot of income or you're offsetting, reducing other income to lower your total taxes paid. If you need to stretch it out, it says, and claim a little for a few years, most items come under a code called MACRS, or I guess it's MACRS in caps is what it says. This gives us a list of hardware and how many years to depreciate it on your taxes. And it says the average is 5 to 7 years, and a few things go 10 years. So handling this will depend on your entire tax return to get the best refund available. It says not to forget the little things they add up really fast, such as if you do postage for mailing out postcards, if you run a table at an event, the supplies that you use for that, and the rental booth fees too, if you're doing one that costs something. Advertising, anything that you advertise your business, such as labels and ink and printing and magnetic signs that might be on your vehicle, flyers, stickers, brochures, those are all things you can use as write-offs. Leadership expenses, if you've been giving gifts for challenges, if you're taking people out to lunch, workshops, any refreshments, things like that. And also it says, or how about meeting with your downline for training and appointments? You can use that as write-off, I guess, because time is money. Mileage, this one's really important. You can do 55 cents per mile, it states, and that adds up really quick, of course. And not just delivery miles, but picking up supplies, meetings, trainings, brochure tossing, appointments, getting office equipment and supplies, or any other travel for business purposes. Again, one important point it says is to put the sales tax that Avon charges you. If you feel the price charge ends up being different, like bought cheaper to sell when the brochure price is higher, the tax is going to be more. If you sell it at a discount, tax amount will be less. So track this. If you get back less than you actually collected, you can write off the overpayment. And it says that people with helpers should especially track to be sure to collect tax on the full amount of the sale. Also, if you have children and you're using childcare when you're doing your business, children are in daycare while you sell Avon, then you may qualify for child care credits. And it says to be sure to provide that the provider has an EIN number that'll give you the receipt for your taxes. And the best tip that I can give you is just to make sure you're always updating your records. If you do that every campaign and keep track with this great little business records that they've provided for us, it's going to be a lot better at the end of the year when it comes time for taxes, and you're going to have everything already written out per campaign, what you've been purchasing and spending towards your business. Keeping all those receipts in a file folder, and that's really going to help you at the end of the year instead of trying to figure it out all at once. And don't forget that if you are in leadership and you're receiving checks for rewards from Avon, that you also keep those handy so that you can total those up as well. I believe you may even have to do, or if Avon will send you a 1099 like they did me for my leadership checks, as well as any prizes or cash incentives that I've earned has come to me in a form. So I have to file because I'm in leadership. And then of course I can add my earnings from the sales and what I do outside for my team and thus forth. So again, I hold no complete 100% on all of this. This is a form that I picked up a long time ago on tax tips for Avon representatives. Again, you can take these tips. Most of them I know are pretty valid. Some of them I don't quite even understand what MACRS is. I'm just reading that to you from the tips that I gave about the large purchases. But I would use the business records that are here for you with the general things that you can write off and the basic tips that I've given you. And if you're new in business, hopefully those things will help you. And that's all I have for you today. So thanks for watching. I hope it was helpful, and you guys have a great day.